Hello chaps. Martin's shave tests. I'm about to do a little bit of a video, but I've got some friends on the windowsill that want to come in and annoy me. So I'll leave them out for now, and I'm going to do some more. I'm going to do some more here. So here we are this evening. This is a Tuesday evening, and I'm going to attempt something unusual. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish restoring and put an edge on a restoration which I've started today, and I'm quite pleased with it. Allow me to show you. I had the most terrible buy off eBay on purpose. This is a very old pair of Puma scales which were attached to a Puma razor. This, however, is the remnants of another Puma razor, and I've managed to cobble the two together. So there's the disgraceful, warped and disgusting, some sort of, I don't know what it is, some sort of early plastic possibly. And this one came with a very, very nice pair of scales. So now we have, this is the result. This is now an extremely nice restored Puma 21, which has now got the luxury grips, and believe it or not, I've got a pucker case for it as well. So we go case. So it really does need a little bit of loving care now, and to bring back an edge. So let's start with gaining a little bit of a slurry on my rather pleasant Nano Art Professional, which I rather love. This is of course the Nano Art Professional 3K, which is my go-to stone for light work. So we'll get a quick slurry. I've already lapped it. Yeah, that's a light slurry on 3K Nanoir. Now this has a few little faults on it. I had to reconstruct the whole thing. You won't see them, but there is a small degree of scratching on the very toe of that edge. And the rest of it's come up beautifully. This is a Latajung and Suan. This is really early. This is a very early Puma. And the 21s are small. So it should be quite interesting to see what sort of an edge we get on this, and whether or not we can perform miracles. I'm not going to tape it. It has had a little bit of home wear in its past. All I'd like to do is to try and see if I can remove the rather unpleasant slight corrosion and scratches from the toe, because I've got a feeling this, being an early Puma, is going to have a really, really good edge. Now what I'll do, I perhaps won't finish it today's video, what I'd like to do is to put the cream on top, so to speak. I'm going to give it, if I can, a very, very special edge, because I've got a couple of little top end stones which I'll show you in a moment. So let's get this underway. Already you can see a nice dark slurry. That's steel. That's definitely steel that's coming off. I got my little 40 magnification LED powered loop. Ta-da! We'll give it a quick look under that and see how those scratches are coming along. The kitchen towel, just to make sure we're not going to get any strange reflections. Let's have a look. Yeah, not too bad actually. I think I can get away with using this 3K. There are a few little dings on the edge. Not too bad. Just using the light. Because it's evening now. No, with the light it definitely has a few little corrosion spots. Luckily, the corrosion spots are behind the apex. So I think we're going to get away with it. Hope so. Right, let's put some welly onto this. Definitely need to take a little bit off the nose. So I'll do a few half strokes. I really don't like using 1K. It's a little bit too coarse. There are times, and of course you need a diamond plate as well as 1K. But I think in the case of this beautiful little restored Puma 21, we'll try and get away with it. There's nothing quite as good as a very early Puma. They really are quite exceptionally good pieces of steel. There are better, but for the money, you can't really beat picking up an antique period Puma. So let's see, I'm being fairly brutal, but it's necessary occasionally. That's a fair bit of steel come off. Let's have a look. This won't be a boringly long video, chaps, but this is something which I'm rather pleased with, to go from total wreckage, which cost very little money off eBay. I mean, that's a pity. I mean, that was once a beautiful razor. But now, ta-da, we've got another one made out of parts. Let's have a look. Oh, well, well, well. Much, much, much better. There's a few little pits. I was mistaken. There are a few little pits right on the apex, so they're going to have to go. So let's get on with it. Sometimes it's impossible to remove every single pit from the apex. If the rest of the blade is good, this is only a theory, but I've got a feeling it won't matter that much. I have a high respect for Pumas, and they're very, very, very modest in price if you pick them up and restore them yourself, which is the whole joy of our straight razor hobby. One of the many joys. There's so many people I should be mentioning. If you really want to know precision razor honing, Greg Lamont. Greg has a wonderful YouTube channel, and I deeply respect him. And Eric, of course, Cajun Blade, again, is masterful. So between us, we have a quorum, or even a chorus. We have a quorum of reasonably clever people, which will help promote this extraordinarily interesting subject, which is man meets steel. A lot of people don't realise the wonders of being able to shave with a straight razor. There is a definite harmony between humankind and steel. We're all made from the same elements. Yeah, there's still so annoying. What I thought was just a fault on the extreme toe, unfortunately has a few nasty little pits. Luckily, the vast majority of them are behind the apex. So if there's a few little pits behind the apex, who cares? I don't. I shave with worse. I'm sorry to witter on, chaps. I had no idea. This was an unplanned Tuesday evening experiment from yours truly. But I think we'll go back to whacking on a bit hard. That's why the nanoir stone is so good. It's a hard stone. It's very forgiving. Doesn't seem to wear too badly. I'm not worried about feedback so much because it's a relatively coarse stone. So feedback for me is more important on the very fine stones. Anyway, let me just get this initial bevel set done. The other couple of little tricks. Rotary strokes. Rotary strokes remove a hell of a lot more metal because you're covering far more of the edge with your rotary movement. And also gives a rather interesting scratch pattern. So let's give one more look and I'm going to call that it. Hopefully. Perhaps I should entitle this video A Puma Reborn. Yeah, I'm going to call that enough. There are a few little tiny pits, but I don't honestly think at this stage I'm too worried. No, I'm not. No. Right. In which case, fresh steel has been revealed. Let's go from a 3K to a 5K, the ubiquitous 5K that everybody loves. This one is my wine stone. It's the Shapton ceramic. It's the wine fine 5K stone. I will still drive up a little tiny bit of slurry. Be very careful when washing off your residual previous slurry, otherwise you'll contaminate your stones, and that'll never do. I know these stones are flat, I use them so often. Yeah, comes that nice slurry. Yeah, that'll do. Right. Ta-da! Not a lot of other news, other than the fact that my good travelling companion and social secretary, the lovely Sarah, she put me in contact with her immigration lawyer, who is a very nice chap. So who knows, I might get the lovely Alda over here. And if she thinks she can sway me away from my hobbies, she has another thing coming. However, that's for the future. This is already developing a very nice dark slurry, and has certainly by now removed any of those 3K scratches. I don't suppose it's done a lot more good for removing the very small pittings, but I'm not too worried about those. The apex is what you shave with, and the apex looked all right. So the bevel's been set. Hopefully, let's see how that looks. I reckon that should do us, judging by the amount of swarf. Do forgive me if I keep reverting to engineering terms, swarf, etc. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm going to call that okay. I don't think there's too much wrong with that edge. So let's now go. And as a little experiment, I'm going to kill the edge. That's now dead. Yep, totally dead. I will probably revert to using the baby tomato. And as you can see, it's dead. So let's see if I can bring this back relatively quickly. That should be very quick. So when I'm not being pestered by seagulls, I got next door but one's cat in the house begging for either food or to be let out. Now let's see if those few strokes have brought the edge back. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's back. Yes, yes. Just goes to prove. The reason, of course, for killing the edge is to make sure that your new edge hopefully has the new scratch pattern and you're not relying on a wire edge from the past stone. So that one is now on a 5K. Let's get rid of this. That's the 5K done. Now we'll go to 8K before going on to a fine natural stone. So there's your 8K. Same rule applies. For goodness sake, make sure you don't contaminate it. It's a nice clean diamond plate. I don't think really I need to have brought up a slurry, but I will, and then I'll dilute the slurry to nothing. So there's a light 8K super white Nanoarc Gekomu Sahiru, whatever it's called. I got it written down somewhere. Then here we go. This is now very visibly an 8K, and I've got to say a lot of people don't really like 8K. It's a sort of neither one thing or another. I like it because it doesn't take me very long to hone. So why not go through your synthetic stones at a reasonable speed? Do you know, I reckon a few more. As you can see, there's colour on the stone. I'm drawing all the water and slurry right over the edge, so we know that the bevel is set and it's all happy. I'm just beginning to feel now. As you get onto the finer stones, the feel becomes far more evident. Yeah, that's nice. Slimy and slippery, but not quite sticking. Let's get rid of the slurry. Pure water now. Yeah, a little bit of stick. And I reckon that is as near as, damn it, as good as you'll get an 8K edge. Next trick is to go to a decent 10K. This is my favourite 10K. It's a strange thin stone. It's the Nanoarc. It's a nano hone, and it's a very nice stone to use. I really do enjoy it. It's very wide. It's not that long. I'm not going to bring up a slurry. Don't need to. I'm just going to use water. And this should give a mirror finish. So this you'd be able to shave with. And already, as you can probably see from my rather pathetic camera attempts, it's already drawing the water beautifully up over the edge. So a few more in this, and we'll have a shave ready razor from what was a complete wreck. A few more underwater, and that'll be it. I'm I'm infamous for my rather rapid honing. Although honing is a pleasure, and it is, I always stand up honing, and I've been standing all day working on these razors. The last thing I need is a full evening standing. So that, I reckon, will be a perfect 10k each. I'll wipe it off and check it. I hope you forgive the noisy cat in the background. It's not my cat. I like animals, I like cats. So, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, beautiful mirror, nothing wrong with that. Oh yeah. Okay, just proof, final proof. Grippy, 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 draggy, draggy, draggy. And oh my god, that is sharp. However, somewhere here, and I don't know where, oh yes I do, I've got the superior packing peanut. These are the S-shaped ones in a curious green, and they're fragile, but oh my god, yeah. So there's Bill M with his packing peanut test, and that is absolutely superb. Yeah, so packing peanuts can be used when you've run out of tomatoes, but for me the tomato test is just that little bit better. But that is, God, that is good. Packing peanut, dead. I've got loads of them. I bought a whole case full. Right, so that's the 10k. So that's finished for me, the synthetic progression. So there's a little treat. I'm going to bring out this, which you might recognise. It is a bit on the small side, unfortunately. I can't afford a big one, but this is about supposedly about as good as you can get for a natural stone. I'll wet it up. I think you're supposed to draw a slight slurry, so I'm going to use a little diamond plate, and I'm just going to stop for a second and throw the cat out. Won't be a minute, I'll be back.